wear 23 again except Michael Jordan. And I said that when LeBron was here the first time. Like, I thought, plus I never got wanting to wear it at that time because all you're doing is inviting all of the comparisons that ended up driving you crazy throughout your career. Because as we know, every time, and I'm the first one to do it, man, hey, man, Jordan did this and that because Jordan was the man. So I always thought, man, what a silly thing to do anyways. But he went back to it here to come back to Cleveland. So good thing. For those of you out there, the 95% of you that didn't burn your jerseys, you at least don't have to go spend $60 or $70 or $150 on a new jersey. You can wear your old one. I mean, so there you go. You may have to wear the throwback one because the other jersey's out of style now. But anyways, made that decision. Here's something bigger that had to do with the Cavs. And I thought it was going down. Check this out. Friday evening, I got a tip from somebody. Who knows? Basically, I got a tip from somebody who they were dead on, but it wasn't about the trade. That there was some Kevin Love related trade stuff going on, and that there would be an announcement made in the morning. And it was late Friday night. I happened to be talking to a couple of people, and I think I mentioned it to them. I said something is supposed to go down in the morning with Kevin Love. I just got the heads up that there was a press release being put together. Turned out it wasn't for the trade, but at least I know that my source is good. My source is good, so I may know about something with Kevin Love before maybe the everyday person does. But the announcement instead turned out to be trade related. It was that he was pulling out of the Olympic practices because he can't have any injury risk. I mean, and that shows you that the trade, wherever he's going, is happening sooner than later because you had to pull out. You can't take any chances of any injury wrecking a trade that's going to severely affect two franchises going forward. But I was stoked when I saw the press release because I said, well, at least this is definitely going to be a good pipeline here. And but that was the announcement. So Kevin Love has pulled out of that, which just leads to further speculation that a trade coming sooner rather than later. And we'll see. You heard lots of stuff over the weekend about Kevin Love putting his thumb down on this trade a little bit. And I don't mean thumbs down. I mean putting the pressure down a little bit. I'm going to go back to what I said on Facebook the other day for those of you guys that follow us there. To me, once I've made my decision, that whether I get traded there or whether I sign there as a free agent, my next destination is Cleveland, and I'm going to go play with LeBron and Kyrie, and I'm going to go to Cleveland, then at that point, if I'm Kevin Love, my goal, and it's not fair to the Minnesota franchise, but my goal is to try to make sure as much assets and talent as possible remains in Cleveland since I'm going there, and it's going to benefit me in the future. And I've said all along that if he wants to get to Cleveland, he can make it happen, and he can instantly. And he already started. Over the weekend, we've heard that, and it's been confirmed, I've checked around, that Kevin Love, both directly through his agent and indirectly through other sources, has made it clear to every team out there that's interested in trading for him that if you trade for me, that's great. I'll come play for you. But I'm signing with Cleveland next year no matter what. Instantly, leverage gone. Nobody wants to trade half of their starting rotation. Nobody wants to trade one of their key future assets for somebody that's not going to be there for more than one season. And that instantly changes it, because if Minnesota has no options and they have to come back to the table, then Cleveland will get to set the package, and it won't include Wiggins. And I still think that, hey, more power to David Griffin if he can figure out how to do it to make that happen without Wiggins in it. But that's the way it's going to happen. And I agree. I'll give Vashawn. I'll go back to him in the chat room. He said it just right the other day. If the trade doesn't end up the way you like it, then you don't make it. You don't make it. You sit tight. If a guy wants to play here, he's going to play here. He'll find a way to play here. He's a free agent next summer. And you can say, well, the Cavs can't sign him. They can sign him. They may have to get smart with the way they maneuver it, and they may have to pay a truckload of luxury tax, but that's the price you pay when your franchise doubles in value and becomes $1 billion franchise. More than anything else, well, I don't want to say more than anything else, because, yeah, he wanted to come back home, but every bit as much as that, LeBron was hot that Miami decided not to pay the luxury tax, and they were going to try to save some money on LeBron's dime, and he said, you know what? Well, that's fine. Then I'm going to go back home. And if Cleveland does the same thing, he'll roll out on Cleveland too. But I agree. To me, All of the leverage is with the Cavs, period. With anybody that wants to play here. The leverage is with the Cavs. You want to come? You want to come play with LeBron? We will find a spot for you. We'll clear up salary cap room for you. We'll do what we got to do. But we're not going to mortgage our team so that we end up, because I don't care. There's people convinced. I've had this argument that Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, Kevin Love, and 8 guys on minimum contracts is going to win you a series of NBA titles. And I'm like, bro, you're nuts. You're nuts if you think that those guys and a bunch of Danny Grangers. I like Ray Ray and I like Mike Miller, but 8 of those guys plus Love, Kyrie, and LeBron is going to win you an NBA title. I guess San Antonio's been doing it wrong all along. But anyways, the leverage is with the Cavs. But that's the latest we've heard. Clearly it's going down. Love pulls out of Team USA. The other thing I wanted to talk about, getting off the topic of basketball for a minute, I watched the video. I watched it like 7 times over the weekend. The AAA brawl. The Albuquerque Isotopes and the Reno Aces. 11 people ejected from this thing. The best part, well, there is no best part about it, but I guess if you're looking for the best part of it, the guy, the infielder for the Isotopes, right, he gets in it, he chucks his helmet, but then he runs and hides like a coward, and they're brawling. And then once the benches get in, it looks like, okay, it's gonna calm down. Then everybody just starts throwing. I'm telling you, man, Vaughn was hanging his left a little low. It could hurt him in the later rounds there, bro. It was pretty funny, and I got a kick out of that. But it got dangerous. They went through the net, ended up over into the front of the front row. And a lot of people ejected. I said 11 ejections there from that. The other thing that's kind of ironic, the Isotopes, I laugh because I recognize that name from Tim Hagerty and his books on minor league baseball. Because of him and having him on the show, as soon as I read the story, I actually remembered where they got their name from. Not only because of Springfield, the Isotopes from The Simpsons, but they also are nearby of a radioactive facility, so that's where that came in. And the Isotopes, man, and what a brawl, though. Crazy brawl, minor league baseball. And Charles Morgan actually put that in the Friends of the Sports Fix over there on Facebook. That's where I first had it drawn to my attention and took a look at it. All right, guys, you know what? No Indian. For the first time in 12 days, there's no Indians game to look forward to tonight. They finally get a day off here before they start this very important homestand that's coming up here. Starts tomorrow. We'll get to previewing it. There's some big promotions. Obviously, you got Tommy Statue coming on here this weekend. Got some key series, Texas, Seattle. You can't get any more key than playing against the team in front of you in where you're trying to get to. That's very big. So we'll get into previewing all of that here. Let's see, tomorrow, Tuesday, Dr. Football, Bill Check is in the house. Jeff Gorman from Indians101.com. He'll check in with us as well. Always a good time. Doug Plagans, I don't know if he's going to do his normal Tuesday or if it's going to be later on in the week. I'll find out. Either way, he'll be with us, but could be tomorrow, could be later. You never know what you're going to get, and we'll find out. Anyways, we'll come back here and talk about it all. Same bat time, same bat channel, live at noon, right here on the Sports Fix. We love you, Cleveland. We're way into overtime. I'm going to get out of here. You continue with your day. Come back and see me tomorrow. We love you, Cleveland. We'll see you tomorrow live here on the Sports Fix.
They do not play much. Clouds always looming, we don't see the sun rays much. Still about the paper, gotta make sure the lights on. There's the mistake on the lake to you, but this is my own. Tatted it on my arm, that I represent that. Homie, I'm from Cleveland, I will tell the president that. Hardest, yeah, we been there. Made some of the greats here. Midwest best, this is MGK's, yeah. Shouts out to St. Clair, uptown, yes, y'all. Heading to the flats, getting popping up with Steph Flaws. Old State monster, this the home of King James. We are not the empire, but this is where the kings play. Cleveland,
we rep our city. Blue lights separate the ground from the gritty. Red sick fitted, hood pass over any city that we visit. When the up from Cleveland, survivals are must on these streets. We hustle, don't sleep out here in Cleveland, Cleveland, Cleveland.
Okay, now here we go. Welcome to the Cleveland show, but this ain't no cartoon.